Okay, so now we will discuss about a very important topic, that is the characteristic strength, right? So a lot of people have very weak concepts on this topic, the characteristic strength. So first of all, let us see what characteristic strength is. Now in third year also you must have done some experiments. Some people in second year also, I did in second year when I was in college. We used to make some specimen. The size of the specimen was 150 into 150 into 150 mm in some ratio. Now one more thing I would like to tell you, whenever you are checking the strength of specimen, whenever you checking the strength of a concrete specimen, what you do, you mix it with some ratio. Let us say the ratio is 1:3:6. Let us say the ratio is 1:3:6. Cement, fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. But whenever you check the strength of mortar, what you do? You take cement in ratio 1:3. What is this 1? That is cement. What is this 3? That is sand actually. Right? So, but we are not discussing about mortar as of now. You will be studying mortar in detail in building materials. Okay. But now what we are doing is that we are discussing the concrete, the strength of concrete. So what you have done is that you have taken a mold of 150 into 150 into 150 mm. Let us say this is the mold. Let us say this is the mold. Its length is 150 mm, its height is 150 mm, and its width is also 150 mm. This is also 150 mm. Right? Now you have placed concrete in it. Now what you will do is that you will provide some curing material also, right? Now you will check its strength after 7 days. First of all, after 3 days, then 7 days, and then after 28 days. That's what you do normally, right? We check 3 days strength, we check 7 days strength, and we check the 28 days strength. Do you think we only make one mold? No, that's not the answer. We make n number of molds. Let us say you make 100 molds. Let us say, for example, right? Let us say you have made 100 molds. You have made 100 molds of 150 into 150 into 150 mm. Let us say the ratio for the time being is of M20. Now, as per the IS code, the ratio for M20 should be 1:1.5:3 normally. It can change again because it's a design mix, right? But normally it is 1:1.5:3 as per IS 10262. Okay. Now you have placed concrete in it. Now you are checking the strength of these 100 molds after 28 days. Always remember. Now you are checking the strength of these 100 molds after 28 days. Okay. Now if you check the strength of these 100 molds after 128 days, so the definition of characteristic strength is that not more than 5% of the molds. Again I am repeating. Let us say you have made 100 molds and you are designing concrete of M20 grade. It means that the characteristic strength should be 20 Newton per mm square at the end of 28 days. 20 Newton per mm square at the end of 28 days. Now you have made 100 molds. Now in the universal testing machine you have compressed the molds after 28 days and you are noting the strength. Now let us say the first mold has a strength of 21, second mold has 21.5, third mold has 20.99, fourth mold, and so on. So out of these 100 molds, maximum 5 molds, again maximum of 5 molds can have a strength less than 20 Newton per mm square, and that strength is known as the characteristic strength. If let us say 7 molds, have a strength of 70 Newton per mm square, and let us say 93 molds have a strength of, let us say, 21 Newton per mm square. So obviously these 93 molds have passed the test. They have strength greater than or equal to 20 Newton per mm square. But the 7 molds, they have failed the test. So at that point of time, these 100 molds, the FCK will not be equal to 20 Newton per mm square. So characteristic strength by definition, and those I I have simplified the characteristic strength in a very simple manner, right? Because a lot of people get confused the difference between characteristic strength, the mean strength, and something, right? So I have simplified it. Again, I am repeating the bookish definition. The bookish definition, because in GATE examination they are not asking the bookish definition. What they are asking? They are asking the concepts. Okay. So the concept is, out of 100 specimen, maximum of 5 specimen can fail. Even it is 4, well and good. If it is 3, much more better, right? If it is 2, best, right? Something like that. But not more than 5% of the samples should fail the test. That is the characteristic strength. And the bookish definition is, characteristic strength is the strength that out of 100, or you can say that 95% sample pass the test. That is alternatively you can say that, right? So this is the simplest definition of characteristic strength. Now the next thing is, in India, what we are doing? We are measuring the characteristic strength with the help of a cube. The size of cubic mold is 150 mm into 150 mm into 150 mm. You place the cube in a universal testing machine. Let us say these are the jaws of universal testing machine. This is the upper jaw, and let us say this is the lower jaw, and you place your cubic sample here. This is a cubic sample, cubic mold. You press it, you apply load gradually. There is a proper gradual, you can say, application of load. I am not going into detail that how much load is applied. That is not even asked in GATE examination, right? But in India, this practice is followed, right? But out of India, for example, when I was in Mozambique, I was in DR Congo when I was in job, right? I was in PSU, okay? So when I was in job, what we used to do is that we used to sample cylindrical specimen. Cylindrical specimen. But in India, we are testing cubical specimen. Now the question is, let us say, if I ask you the question, let us say you have a cubical specimen of, let me rub it. And this is important, okay? This is important. Okay? So in India, we have a cubic specimen of 150 into 150 into 150. Right? But in foreign countries, we have a cylindrical specimen. And the size of the cylindrical specimen is, the diameter is 150 and the length is 300 mm. The diameter is 150 mm and the length is 300 mm. Okay, this is the standard. This is standard. And this also is standard for India as per the IS rule. Now I am going to ask you one question. The question is that if I test, let us say I am testing M20. Let us say I am testing M20 grade of concrete. Okay, what do you think? Which one will have a higher strength? Whether a cubic will have a higher strength or the cylindrical will have a higher strength? Just think it. What do you think? Cubic or cylindrical? If you know, well and good. If you don't know, just make any guess. Then I will explain. Guess with a logic, not an illogical guess. What do you think? Now let me explain. So out of these two, if I is testing M20 or M25 of any grade of concrete, right, the cubic will have a greater strength than cylinder. The cubic will have a greater strength than cylinder. Now coming to the reason. What is the reason? First reason is, what is your strength? So strength will be equal to failure load divided by area. Okay. Now let us say here the failure load is P. So here the strength will be equal to FCK. Let us say it is FCK. It will be equal to P divided by what is the area of above surface, which is beneath the upper jaw. What is the area? that is length into width, that is 150 into 150, or you can say 150 square. Simple. But in case of a cylinder, if you are applying the same load, let us say you are applying P, let us say this FCK, if you are applying, let us say, same load P,